This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take action.
Great question. Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rarer and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rarer has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail. Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay! Any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you? No objections? All right. Then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Wait! We can still back out.
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Heh. Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
Shh. We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Songamup. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here? In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone else. Do you have any idea how much it would cost to hire me otherwise? Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to buy? It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours. Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Notcry is gonna go down the drain!
Okay. So what exactly is so special?
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a bit. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once! Never
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case...
I knew you'd say that.
You're putting me in...
It's a very useful thing.
Looks like bankruptcy for me.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other...
promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? Better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? Better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? Better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? I better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself.
Error.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? I better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself. This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree? I better get me some alpacas. Once they all have everything over this next layer, make a little extra myself.
Error.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
Dory, how are things going? Feeling ready? Oh, I was born ready. We only have 2 days. You think Lord Sangama Bay would let an opportunity like this slip by? Don't forget, when something's in high demand, the people with the goods on hand get to charge the highest price of all, even higher than the sellers taking advance orders. Ta-da! See? It's right here. Ah, it's so pretty. Did you make it? No, I have a supplier. We go way back, so he made me a very attractive offer.
Aha! No wonder you were talking about Lucky Charms at the meeting. You've been getting Kaveh to make them for you.
That's not the full story. It actually started a while back as a project between me and the Dendro Archon. Mage Alice once warned me that this world won't stay safe forever. There may come a day when everyone faces a great crisis. I passed this on to the Dendro Archon, and she secretly brought together a research team made up of Sumeru's top scholars to invent a technology that could keep people safe. I won't go into the details because it's all very complicated, but if you want to know more, you can ask the Dendro Archon about it sometime. Anyway, point being, it was the Dendro Archon who asked Kaveh to build this little contraption. As one of the top Kashara War talents, he was the obvious choice. Took him long enough. He stressed over it for ages. Must have gone through at least a dozen designs before producing a final product. But that's Kaveh for you. Marak delivered it to me a couple of days ago, along with a letter from Kaveh. Could I ask why I'm sending this technology to you? What's your proposed use case? Has it been approved by the relevant authorities? So nosy. My fault for sending him the research permit to begin with.
Surely Nahida must have told him you were involved in this project. He was probably just nervous because you're always so secretive about your business.
Could be, could be. Anyway, I just replied, let's hope there never has to be a use case, because it would involve grave danger.
Fair enough. But it sounds like he was just being cautious. He probably felt responsible as the one who made it.
Or maybe he was asking as a favor for his housemate. He's done that before. Not sure why, though. His housemate doesn't seem to really care that much about this kind of stuff. Either way, all's well that ends well. I'm just glad to finally have my hands on the product. I wouldn't want to be without it, given the potential dangers that lie ahead. Huh? What does that look mean?
Paimon's just super surprised.
Well, a long time ago, I made a promise to myself. I promised that I was gonna live every day of my life with a big beaming smile. Obviously, Mora plays a big part in that. But there are always gonna be times in life when you have to give something back. That could mean paying back a debt, returning a favor, or showing some kindness. Alice has been a huge help to me over the years. She was the first investor I ever had. And I want my investors to know that Lord Sangama Bay is the best in the business. And more than that, no one knows what the future will bring. Whatever happens, I want to make sure the Dendro Archon and all of Sumeru is prepared to face whatever comes. Oh, that? I was just making sure Nefer and I are square. Don't be thinking it was some sort of benevolent act. I'm no saint, so don't treat me like something I'm not. My priority is doing the business that I want to do, so long as my conscience lets me, but it usually does. That's the Lord Sangama Bay business model.
Alright, if you say so.
I do say so, and that's the whole point. I'm a businesswoman. Don't go trying to figure out what kind of person I am. You'll exhaust yourself. Much easier for everyone involved if you just take my word for it. Oh, and could you two help me get this stuff where it needs to be? Thanks so much. You're my favorite assistants.
Traveler, Paimon, it's good to see you.
Everything going smoothly over here?
Sort of. As you're probably aware, Varka, Durin, and I captured some abyssal creatures from the Wild Hunt. Per the plan, we dissected and analyzed some samples of these creatures. The process went very smoothly. The findings, however, come with some troubling implications.
What? You can actually dissect the Wild Hunt?
That depends on your definition of Wild Hunt and dissection.
Harmless, lifeless. These words are accurate descriptions.
The Wild Hunt is an interesting phenomenon. In and of itself, it doesn't seem to possess anything akin to a human personality. But taken as a collective, the medium through which the Wild Hunt is summoned does appear to have a soul. Master griped a lot about the wise Horoptetyr, and seemed somewhat fascinated with the Faust Certology. But she barely mentioned Rerir at all. I don't think that was because of his lower social standing, though. Anyway, it's a pity. I should like to hear her thoughts on the nature of the life form he has become today. It's a strange mix. The furious energy of an abyssal being channeled through a fractured physical existence. A consequence of being torn apart by an unknown power. Perhaps the only explanation for his survival in this state is that he sacrificed a degree of individuality in exchange for a continued existence. Oh, sorry. Once I get talking about interesting research, I have a tendency to go on indefinitely. Back to our research findings. Essentially, they confirm my hypothesis. Rerir's corpse is completely contaminated by the Abyss, and the effects are irreversible. You could think of this as Rerir in mutated form. But in my view, even that would be inaccurate. In reality, his whole being has been consumed by the Abyss. In other words, he is now nothing more than a manifestation of abyssal power. Unfortunately, at present, we have no means of completely eradicating abyssal power. Hence, we cannot fundamentally destroy the Rerir of Solnari either.
Oh, that's terrible news! So, that's it? We can't defeat him? Not even if we get the power of the Three Moons?
Miss Columbina's situation is a difficult one. She can never achieve wholeness when the world does not accept her presence. It's as if her creator banished her to a place she can never be accepted. It means she spends most of her energy just on her own survival.
Given the circumstances, it's only natural to despair. But we must see this plan through to the end. Time to kick off the backup plan.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! This is for you. Dory asked us to bring it.
Ah, how wonderful. Well, thank you for making the trip. Durin and I will be heading off shortly.
I'm sorry I won't be there to protect you in person this time. Please be careful.
All right then. Stay safe.
Miss Lauma, is everyone here?
Yes. The fate of my flock is in your hands, Grand Master Varka. Please keep them safe.
My lady, what are you saying?
Within the next 24 hours, we will face the biggest crisis the world has ever seen. This is not a burden that we deserve to bear, but I believe that we reap what we sow in this life. So I intend to act. I must do what I think is right. For me, that means fighting for the future of Nodcry. This gentleman is the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Varka, Knight of Boreas. In my absence, please follow his lead.
Hey, everyone. Guess I should introduce myself. Well, to start with, I know my way around a battlefield. Biggest strengths are honesty and hard workingness. Anyway, point is, I don't intend to let Lauma down. I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep every last one of you safe and sound.
Something on your mind?
Miss Columbina, was it? I believe that's how the others addressed you.
That's right. Names are funny things. Have you always been called Dainsleff?
Yes. I take it your own name has a more complicated history.
I have a different relationship with names than other people. To be honest, I'm not even sure that Columbina is my name. At least, not in the same way that Dainsleff is yours. But it's what everyone calls me, and I go along with it. A lot of my life has been that way. I get so used to things that I forget to question why they are so. I never used to think much about where names come from, or what they mean to people. Maybe something's wrong with me.
You're different from other people. I sensed it the first time we met.
You're more perceptive than most. I'm sure your long life and rich range of experience explains that. Do you ever find yourself missing Conria, Mr. Dainsleff?
Difficult to answer. I have dreamed of the past many, many times. Sometimes I'm fighting tooth and nail. Other times I'm lying on the ground, defeated. I don't recall any happy moments from that time. It has been too long.
Is that because hatred survives longer than love and affection?
That would not be for me to say. I make no excuses for the grudges I bear. But whatever the reason, I remember little that was beautiful or sentimental. Thank you for your help with the Rerir situation. Without your efforts, I never could have learned the hidden truth of his story.
You're welcome. I know he's your friend.
Friend? He betrayed me. And I never really understood what he was going through in life. Some friendship, that is.
Okay. So, do you plan to fight him with us? You see, you're torn. Now you know what really happened. You see the things he's done in a new light.
I need some time.
Of course. I completely understand. Anyone else in your position would feel conflicted too. Actually, I went through something similar myself recently. Something happened that changed my perspective on a situation. A situation I took for granted at the time, but now I feel very grateful for it.
You mean the Harbingers who still support you, even though you've left the Fatui?
Yes. I always thought they were only helping me because Harbingers are forced to work together. But then I abandoned them. A warrant was even put out for my arrest. And even now, they still support me. Which means I was wrong about them.
Clearly, they view you as a friend.
I feel a little guilty now. I regret not seeing her help for what it was, and not treasuring it. I see the guilt that you're feeling now, because I feel it too. Hopefully, talking about it will do it. Have you noticed that the Traveler and Paimon are over there? I think they've been...
Huh. Shall we say hello?
Sure. Hello.
Ah! They caught us!
I apologize for making you worry. No doubt you wish to know where I stand on the plan to take down the Recher of Solnari. I'm afraid I need a little time, but
You will? Oh, thank you so much.
They needn't be. This was something that I was going to have to face up to eventually.
That doesn't matter to them. They're grateful to you regardless. You can't control their gratitude, so just accept it. And then, have a think about whether you're willing to join us.
It's nearly showtime. Let's go rendezvous with the others. You know the place.
Ah, you're earlier than I expected.
Hey, Flint's! Been waiting here.
Not too long. I came a little early so I'd have some time to think.
Are you nervous about the battle?
Quite the opposite. I'm reminiscing on my past battles. When I was awakened by the Radniki, I had not touched a weapon in many years. I felt like the battlefield was not where I belonged. But after waging war against the Wild Hunt for so long, I came to realize something. My restless flame indicates that somewhere inside of me, there is a deep yearning to root out the evil in this world.
Oh, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Well, in the past, when I was a Fae whose primary concern was hibernation, it was hardly ideal. But it certainly serves me well here in the present. And I am delighted to be able to join forces with you.
Looks like I'm not the first to arrive.
Ah, Miss Lauma.
Did you sleep okay last night?
I struggled to settle down at first, because of the nerves. Please, I'm just doing my part.
Never! Over here!
Ino asked me to relay a message. She said Anefa will be on high alert and keep a close watch over all secondary districts where defense is required, providing support as necessary. Meanwhile, Ino herself will provide range support to us directly.
Excellent. My thanks to all involved.
The chess set's looking a little...
It won't hold him much longer. We should be prepared to
No sense sitting around waiting. Let's make the first move while...
I agree. Paimon, find a safe hiding place.
Got it! Be careful, Traveler!
I will.
Everyone, take your positions at every ounce of strength we have in our bones.
Ready?
Let's go.
I've seen all your futile ploys before. You have become the authors of your own demise.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
You are merely a moment of sport before I tear down the moon.
Stay on your toes.
Yup! Let me help you guys. Eat this!
Observe.
Hunt them down!
Can't hide the truth. No more lies. The deception ends here.
The moonlight betrays you.
The everlasting forest.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
Hunt them down!
It all adds up.
Futile!
Night falls. Observe.
Fear the dark! The moonlight betrays you.
Bump away!
Pathetic!
No more lies. unravels. Can't hide the truth. It all adds up.
Leave this place. By the frost moon.
Move! You can hunt them down! The moonlight betrays you. Be silent.
Steady now. Are you quite finished?
Futile.
No more love.
Down.
The deception ends here.
It began with the moon, and so shall it end.
The moon will protect you.
Do you see now? Live on here. When will it be as you foretold? Moonlight betrays you.
Our spirit is not welcome here.
No more lies. The mystery unravels.
A grave trend.
The long sleep beckons.
Vamos lá. Minha, essa batalha tá muito chata, velho. Que ódio, velho. Porque a interrupção desse corno. É ridícula, cara. A interrupção dele. Não sofre interrupção, não sofre detonamento, nada, cara.
It's all futile.
Can't hide the truth.
Move.
It all falls into place. It all adds up. The deception ends here.
Pathetic.
Beast. Keep your close your eyes.
Hunt them down.
Night falls.
It's all futile.
Fear the dark.
Forest, protect us for the everlasting.
The moonlight betrays. Pathetic. Your little game of heroics is over. Who wants to go first?
Toma gotinhas. Pô, não, sério.
Get out.
E agora a segunda forma dele?
No,
Death is
we've
within
been
my
separated.
grasp.
You okay?
Never. Where are the others?
Stuck outside the barrier. I guess he really doesn't like us.
I told you before. Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Be careful what you wish for.
Laula, can you hear me?
Silence.
Voices are gone, but at least I know they're still there. I need to focus. Stick to the plan. remember
Ha,
our most
otário.
important task. Just stalling him. If you stall him for long enough, the moment will come.
Mano, mesmo... Bem, se quiser pegar neve, eu teria que ter a lomba, né? Toma, gotinhas.
No more lies. It all falls into place.
Olha a distância que ele se mete, velho. Ih, rapaz.
I've got this.
O que supostamente aconteceu? Eu tenho que esperar? O quê? Eu não posso tomar porrada?
The shield's broken.
within my grasp.
Don't push your luck. No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
Ai. Ha.
No more lies. Seek within. It all falls into place. Shameless. The deception ends here.
Bombs away! Water jet!
No more lies. Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean.
Destroyed.
Ah.
Seek within.
Bicho chato, volta aqui. E ele vai começar a tentar coisa de novo, né?
There's no other way.
A gente vai tomar uma porrada?
The only way to defeat Rarer is to borrow his own power. That means Columbina will have to disappear while you two bear the brunt of his attacks. You have to hold on. Find a way to keep him focused on killing the two of you.
E rapaz?
Your eyes are bleeding.
Soon you will, and then I will reduce you to dust.
But that dust will plague your memories. Come on.
Any other tricks up your sleeve? Let's see them, as entertaining as they are. You've backed yourself into a corner.
You don't fool me. I see your fear clear. I have to stoke his rage. Make him unleash everything. You fear what you could never defeat. You fear the thought of never being able to save your beloved. You cannot win the fight against
Is that what you think? Well, now it's your turn to feel afraid!
You fear the sound of your own name?
Is it us you hate? Or is it what you've become?
Let's see what becomes of you!
Oxi.
What's happening? That power. I've seen it before.
Ah, tá dando pro durinho, fi. Feito, moleque. Tem
His power is on another level.
nenhum ano de vida
We'll need
direito.
to use an alchemical array to convert his power into a usable form. Then quickly channel it into Columbina, rendering her powerful enough to compete with him.
Ah, Cora, ela tá dormindo, minha filha.
I'll join you. I can help. If I release enough abyssal energy into a confined space, it'll create a potential difference, allowing us to extract a huge amount of elemental energy. Next, I'll synchronize with everyone's minds using Pyro, then give you temporary access to their abilities and fields of view. But it won't last long. Can you see?
Well enough.
Você consegue ver ela com o olho fechado. A missão do Orkut inteira.
Of gold Rhine daughter in our midst.
How about that?
You use my own power against me?
Just like how you stole Kuvaki. Look familiar?
Nego do freio. Que isso, cara? Derrota ele aí, Godofredo.
Don't you realize? You don't have the power to hold that gate open.
I don't, but someone else does.
Goodbye, Rerir.
É, Godofredão. Cara, é essa de borrado, cara.
We won.
Nefer, how are your eyes?
They're fine. Apart from the blindness, of course.
It's not too late.
Let me handle it.
Que isso, cara? Que é isso, Godofredo?
Miss Nefer, it's not like you to lose your composure. That was the most reckless thing I've ever seen you do.
Reckless how? The situation was critical. Our lives were at stake. We had to do something.
Even so. Okay. I guess you're right. Under the circumstances, it was a wise decision. You traded in business terms. I suppose that's a huge return on investment.
I'd be hard-pressed to argue otherwise.
Still, I don't like this outcome, and I don't want you to lose your sight for good. People suffer when they make sacrifices they shouldn't have to make. Whether that means faith, strength. Or in this case, I had hoped you could win without sacrificing so much as a single hair on your head.
Thank you. Really.
All done. Don't try and open your eyes just yet. We'll see how you're doing in a couple of days. Until then, please, I'll send full details through Yehoda. For now, just get yourself home, relax, and rest. My dear friends, we have fought bravely and achieved a spectacular victory.
Próxima missão do Arconte, ele aparece.
The moon will remember this day. Thank you both. There's something I want to let you know.
What is it?
When Durin connected everyone's minds so I could access their powers, I also felt everything they felt. And since Nefer's eyes were injured, my eyes are hurting now too.
Hold on. Let me...
I only feel the pain. There's no actual damage. I just thought I should tell...
You're right. There's no damage. That's a... But I must say, I'm surprised to hear the Kutar share something like this with me. In the past, you never used...
Things are a little different now from how they were. I'm learning to share how I truly feel with my
friends. You have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
3 pontos. Ah, podia ser 4, né? Não, tem que ser 3. Olha o Dani aparecendo, dando uma cabeçada com o nome, codinome pai, mano. Tô falando? Podia chegar dando uma cabeçada.
Any aches and pains? Did you sleep well?
I'm doing all right, Paimon. No need to
Ainda
worry
não
about
me
me.
acostumo a ouvir a gente falando.
Well, that's good.
Eu não me acostumo. Ele podia falar desde o início, mas não, ele tem que falar agora em Fontaine pra nós de Crane.
Poor Paimon had to eat all my
Ou
hurt
foi... Não, acho que
Glad to hear
foi...
you didn't starve. How was the food?
Não foi de Natla ou foi de Fontaine? Não, eu lembro de ter falado de Fontaine. Não falou em Fontaine, pelo menos um pouco. Mas ele começou falando mais em Natla pra frente.
Well, it wasn't the same without you there to share it.
Ah, claro, pai não quer comer, né? Um saco sem fundo, parece eu.
She couldn't enjoy the food and settle down to sleep.
Well, I'm back to normal.
Oh yeah, and Albedo swung by earlier. He said to tell you to head to the tavern when you woke up. He also dropped off some medical supplies. If you're feeling up to it, let's head over now. Wouldn't what?
Antes da queda da lua. Vai cair agora, vai... É que nem aquele filme Moonfall lá. Adore. Ah, mano, pai, eu vou chegar, mas é cabeçada. E daí, pai, chegar uma cabeçada nos outros.
Perfect timing. We were literally just saying how there's no way we're holding this victory feast without you.
How are you feeling today?
Much better, thanks. Don't worry about me.
Relieved to hear it. If that changes, just let me know. Happy to check you over at any time.
Yep, we're here for you. Anything you need, just...
Oh wait, where's Nefer?
How are her eyes doing?
Nefer's right over there. I'm sure she'd love to catch up with you.
Ah, pelo menos Durin falou, né? Ele tá bem ali, né? Ele aponta pra cá. A missão com o bagulho amarelo gigante apontando pra cá.
Traveler, Paimon, are you recovering well? Turns out that moon chanter has some real talent after all. My eyes were mostly recovered after just a couple days rest.
Yeah, but...
Ah, passou dias, né? Não passou nem momento, passou dias.
While they're still healing.
Yes, thank you. I'm well aware.
Yehoda, could I borrow you for a moment? I could do with an extra pair of hands.
Oh, sure. Come, did you hear that? I gotta go help Lauma first.
You bet.
Sure thing.
Aí, já vem a bosta, ó.
The Raker of Solnari. Kind of a snake, don't you think? No, definitely a snake. A poisonous one who spewed his venomous hatred everywhere. Anyone who seeks revenge out of hatred for other people has become a snake. That's something my dad used to say. Perhaps. I'm sure it sounds like a very wise and open-hearted perspective to your ears. But me, what else is left when everything you depended on in life gets stripped away? Something's gotta fuel that drive to keep on living. If you're worried about me, you can nip that in the bud. I'm not someone who gets stuck in the past. It's just... I suddenly feel like I was wrong to call my father a liar. He was just a fool. That's why the academia turned their back on him. And why the other tribes ganged up on him. Oh, father. How much better things could have been if you were a skilled liar. Look at the Ibis King. Thoth is a fiendishly cunning liar. And yet, strangely, he feels more like a... He's never brought it up, but why else would he give me the power to perceive the truth, while at the same time training me in the art of deception? Well, King Deshret banished him to Aru, which is essentially a prison, and posed 3 questions. His response was to... Did he really think I'd fall for that? He's stuck there, so that's enough for you to decide he's a prisoner, and he was scared. So he decided to he lives in fear because he's a deceiver. How is Rerir any different? You can't work as a spy your whole life and expect to... It's preposterous. Yet I can't say I don't... They say that a liar's soul is the most worthless thing in the world. What do you think? Oh, really?
Né, eu discordo,
Well,
porque eu sou
a very
assim.
kind person. If you ask me, the soul of a liar really is worth nothing. Because all they care about is themselves. For example, when something good falls into my lap, I don't go sharing the news around. Stops other people trying to... So be it. They have sharp ears. I can't keep anything from them. Wow, is that what it looks like? Well, you all know my past now. And I can't simply eliminate everyone who knows too much. So I guess I just have to protect you. For the foreseeable. When you find yourself in a situation you can't control, the safest play is to keep calm and start monitoring if you understand what's at stake. Very good.
Oh, wait! Now that the panic's over and we've all calmed down, Paimon suddenly remembered after all...
Você virou uma comida de emergência?
Our mystery ally never showed up even once!
Mas não era a Alice? Porque ela vai aparecer provavelmente muito tempo depois.
Huh? Am I imagining things?
Faz tempo, não. Tem a Alice, tem aquela outra lá também.
That close colleague who stayed behind with you? What's he been up to recently?
Don't know, don't care.
Pós-créditos,
I get
ó.
more normal human interaction from hanging out with Bosco 2 than him. Although, now you mention it, he hasn't bothered me in a while. I wonder if...
If he's disappeared without a trace, it's the biggest gift he ever gave to the world. But I somehow doubt that's what's going on.
E a suspense aí, a gente não tem que descobrir até, como fala, até descobrir algum motivo, quem é, etc. Porque provavelmente eles não vão botar essa cena aqui. Vão deixar no mistério até a próxima missão do Arconte ou uma missão de história de personagem, que na verdade tá fazendo junto com a do Arconte, né? Mas, como fala... Porque nem a isso estão servindo direito, né? Bom dia.
How have you been holding up? Any adverse reactions? If you start to take a turn for the...
You don't need to worry about me, Grandmaster. I'm fine. I mean, I barely did anything, so...
What? You're too humble, young man.
You played an indispensable role in the battle for Nodcry. We can't... Sometimes, when people praise you, it's because you deserve it. The best thing is to accept it calmly and with grace. It's important to learn how to respond to words of admiration.
Let's do a quick demonstration. Albedo, that was an incredible feat of alchemy.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit, though. Durin.
See? Did you catch that? A masterclass in how to take a compliment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did work pretty hard to help prepare for the battle. No.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, look who's bounced back. Looking good, traveler.
Seems like you've recovered. You won't need to take any more medication.
Can I get you a drink?
Huh? You know how to order at a bar now? You've sure learned a lot.
Olha, o Durin tá pedindo bebida, filho.
Handling a drinks order is ridiculously simple compared to alchemy. Don't worry, I'll blend into society yet.
Ainda.
I'm unbelievable. You're clearly a fast learner, just like your brother. To be totally honest, though, Paimon didn't quite follow all the details when you first explained the plan.
Don't worry, that's completely understandable. Unless you're a student
Também
of
tá
alchemy,
pão da
it's hard
Paimon,
to
né?
grasp the
Uma
principle of
baguete é
how
melhor do
the
que
process
você.
works.
To put it in the simplest terms, we saw how our enemy stole the power of Kuvaki. And that gave us the idea of stealing his power to turn it against him. When facing an enemy you have no hope of defeating, it's best not to engage them in battle. So, instead of looking for a way to overpower him, we decided to help Columbina get strong enough to at least stand up to him in a fight. For this to work, we had to analyze his modes of attack, confirm who his main target was, and make sure that he wouldn't go for added security. We prepared a total of 4 arrays. But to mitigate the impact of the alchemical array absorbed his abyssal power. Then Durin processed it to render it usable by Columbine. That power enabled her to do what would otherwise have been nigh on impossible.
What surprised me was that Dainsleif actually agreed to join us. Given his history with Rarir, he had every right to sit this one out. But we're extremely grateful for the decision he made.
It must have been a painful choice to make.
Absolutely. He was torn between 2 paths, but in the end,
Oh, não é teleportão!
stuck to it resolutely. He doesn't strike me as... Anyway, however you cut it...
Ai.
Ah, Lord Sangama Bay. I must thank you for the device you provided. It was an enormous help. Would I be right in thinking that it was developed by the Academia?
Why come and ask me when you clearly know already?
I mostly came to thank you.
That's more like it.
Dore, 10 milhões de mora, por favor. Adoro é assim.
Your card's right, and you might even stand a chance of becoming my long-term.
The chance to work with such a kind and charitable investor as your...
Huh? Charitable? Who said anything about charity? First time hearing about it.
Let's see. The first plot of land you purchased in Nodcry, your desert interests, and...
Stop! What do you think you're doing? Exposing my investment history!
It's nothing to hide from. They're all perfectly legitimate investments. And some of the land you purchased was with the intent of building a sanctuary? Yes.
How did you...
You're a curious case, Lord Sangama Bay. You don't like people finding out about your good deeds, do you? But I'm afraid no matter how hard you try to keep things under wraps, where there's a will, there's a way. You did it for Sumeru, didn't you?
It was empty land. That was... Disasters are capricious things. They strike without any warning. I've lost... My elder sister used to dream of finding a sanctuary. Somewhere with plenty of food, water, and medicine. Where everyone could live. It was something I looked into. But after discussing things with the Dendro Archon, I decided on the tech people handled the tech, and money bags provide.
It's a pity that so few people know the truth about you. Everyone says that you view everything in terms of Mora, and all you care about is growing your own.
So, what's the problem
Não
with
tá muito
that?
errado.
Everyone wants to be rich. It's human nature. So yes, I love Mora.
But surely you have dreams of your own, beyond just making...
You don't get it, do you? My dream is to invest in other people's dreams. And, you know, make a nice little slice for myself along the way. Just thinking about it makes me happy.
Thank you.
For the device?
And the pendant.
E o pingente?
Oh, that. I was just returning a favor.
Seems like we've both been away from home for a very long time.
Yeah. So long that I barely...
That would be your mother, father, and sister?
Yeah, though it's been years since my sister passed away. It's not like I want to forget them,
Por que eu ri?
obviously,
É
but
bem feio. Ninguém muito adora também.
my
O
sister
pior
can't help
personagem
me
tem.
now. Slowly, but
not everything will fade. When loved ones pass away, the beautiful memories are the ones that last the longest.
Yeah, that's...
Well, that...
Oh, absolutely. You've got a lot going for...
I appreciate the...
E agora? Vai pra outro lugar? E agora? Ih, agora eu sou drone.
That's the only reason you're here.
Yes. I've thought a lot about
Olha o boss no meio da arena ali, ó. Melhor parte é que eles não removem o boss da cena, porque eu exatamente sei que é no topo da base deles, por causa do boss ali atrás. Parte mais cômica. Eles não tiram.
Well, this is a new one. I'm so moved. I can't even hold my teacup. If that's all, you can leave now.
Do you not want to be friends with me? Or is it that you prefer being co-workers?
What is this, Columbina? Are you deliberately testing my patience threshold? Right now, my politeness module is active. But if you say another word, I swear I'll shut it down.
If your politeness module was active, wouldn't you say the word please at some point?
Polonia, please see Lady Columbina to the door.
Will you still invite me to your next tea party?
What?
Yes, I think you will. Bye-bye, dear Sandrone.
E agora é a... isso.
Last time, the Wild Hunt escorted you out. Would you rather I handled it myself this time?
We just wanted to, you know, see how you were doing now that it's all over.
Why? Out of concern for my safety? I hope you didn't seriously think that the Rayhir of Solnari would be able to lay so much as a finger upon me.
Mostly because you kind of helped us out, so we just wanted to check you were okay. Looks like all your robots are fixed, huh?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Tea time is already a write-off. The visitor before you managed to kill my appetite. If you're in the mood for tea, go ahead and help yourself. Otherwise, it's going to waste. My coasters are still missing in action, though. Use this notebook instead.
Whoa! Pretty hefty notebook.
You can ignore those. They're just dumb scribblings. I doodle and write in my free time. Sometimes I remember the distant dreamlike past. Sometimes I imagine the far-flung future. And other times, I grit my teeth and note down all the crazy nonsense going on in the present. Some people do the crosswords in the newspaper. Trying to predict the future is like daydreaming. And writing about the present just makes me furious. The past is my favorite. If nothing else, it's already set in stone, so Although, having said that, the only vaguely interesting memory in my past is... who else? Pretty much all the mecha and Fontaine are his personal handiwork.
Wait, are you saying you know him? Like, personally?
I mean, I guess we were friendly enough. Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all his manuscripts. I honored his request, but I did read through everything first before destroying them. I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin disappear like that. Would have been such a waste.
So, that's where the formula's in your note?
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formulas that I solve for fun when I'm bored. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas, and not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me, because I lose a few. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Nazissenkreuz Institute. They were all quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry ran something deeper, a sense of nostalgia. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. The apocalypse would arrive. A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. A dream. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream. But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect, and it grew into something that ate away at their souls. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee. Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, I could perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind. Even then, the next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile attempt to change, and although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to live out his dream of salvation once more. But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, Renee awoke from his deluded dream. Though of course by then it was far too... What do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone. Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective.
Eu quero aquele... Oh, ali, ó.
What a cop-out. But I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their delusions take control. Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. But he had a say. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. But after that, Alain lost his friends and family. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. It's not like Alain sacrificed them for his cause or anything. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his closest friend down to the abyss. But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of spiritual comfort. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nazissenkreuz Institute needed someone. He quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood, but which he told me that the director of the Nazissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the... I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. By that point, nothing else really mattered. At the very end, he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nazissenkreuz. Many years after that, Tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift. This time between members of the Fontaine Research.
E ele foi embora. Abandonou o cara ali.
That is the story of two people from the Nazissenkreuz Institute, who both, one went all in on his fantasy of salvation, without ever looking back. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life, even though he wasn't I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people like them have such even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed? So they were young children with friends and family who mattered to them. Desires to explore the meaning of life. Ambitions to have a successful career. They didn't, or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos. To stop them getting quietly swept away by the storms, but instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? Sensible answer. Glad to know you've got your head screwed on straight. Alain would disagree, though. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime, putting all of his energy into his work. Yes, it's enough. No elaboration, just a quick, short answer before getting right back to his work. He was always that way. All right, tea time's over. I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.
Bem, pelo menos agora veio a gema, né? Acho que agora já foi a missão, né? Por isso. Quero aba de evento! Roio, aba de evento. Aí. Agora pegar os da neve e as 500 geminhas. E pegar a recompensa aqui e a recompensa... Não. Aí... Como fala? Eu vou até aqui no Adcry mesmo, pegar a recompensa da Catarine.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Daí, deixa eu ver. Para upar o Flins, eu precisaria pegar isso tudo, pegar as Fro. As Fro é fácil, tem bastante na área lá. E matar os robôs. Porque aqui, esse daqui tá 1000 vezes melhor. Mas eu perderia o bônus porque eu tenho isso, mas... Se eu conseguir um desses daqui de ataque melhor... Tipo, do set do Flins... Como eu falo, eu ficaria bem genuíno feliz, mas... Em questão de gema, eu devo estar com um pouquinho mais, né? Pegaria só mais um. Para ficar com 380. E esperar a próxima atualização pro Durin. Eu queria que tivesse o boss semanal dele, mas... Do Rehir, mas... Fazer o que, né? Deixa eu ver, eu poderia upar uns artefatos também. Mas eu não tenho, acho que... Algum bom pra upar aqui, né? Teria esse de taxa. Dos upados, esse daqui tá com bastante taxa até, mas... Esse aqui tá bom. Esse aqui estaria até melhor porque tem coisa, né? Aí esse aqui de def também. Olha, se trocar mais um em dano. Olha, não tá ruim. Tá, é extremamente bom, eu diria. Mas eu ainda, sim, precisaria de um artefato pica do set dele pra trocar que seja... Tipo, aqui, ó, se eu colocasse esse daqui, ele tem um pouco mais de dano, mas eu ia... perder, porque ele precisa do dano de taxa. Mas aqui tá melhor por causa que tem... Não tem taxa, mas tem bastante ataque. Aqui. Porque eu quero arranjar um desse bom pra trocar esse aqui, ó. Que eu fiz do set dele. Eu gastei os bagulho pra fazer aqui. Quem tá com 60 de taxa ficaria o quê? 90 de taxa, talvez. Tem que postar talentos dele também depois. Se eu conseguisse um desse bom, ficaria até maravilhosamente bem, mas... Porque se eu conseguisse ao menos remodelar... Como fala... Um desse set aqui, um cálice, né? Nesse caso eu precisaria de um cálice. E eu vou tirar esse aqui de prof. Esse já tá aqui, eu só... Mas eu vou tirar também, desbloquear ele. Esses vida eu irei deixar. Tirar esse que tem def enfiado no meio. Esses dois com dano e taxa, mas esse eu vou tirar e essa pena eu vou deixar. Essa pena aqui também vou deixar. Porque eu queria bastante, como fala, o set de lá, né? De... Que de nós de Cry, né? Mas isso aí só vai aparecer lá pro final e olha lá. Vou arranjar uma pena melhor. Que essa pena aqui tá com a exata taxa, exato dano. Que o bagulho, cara, é ridículo assim. Porque esse aqui de ataque tá muito pica. Esse aqui de def aqui tá meio assim, né? Tá bom. Mas, né? Acho que só tipo um Ito usaria. E eu não vou pegar Ito assim, sabe? Talvez uma Shiori gostaria desse artefato também. Caso fosse usar uma Shiori DPS e ela quer precisar de maré de def. Eu acho que ela precisaria de maré de def, ficaria bom pra Shiori. Nesse caso, mas olha, a minha Shiori, e olha que nem upei a coitada. Tipo, aqui ó, eu perderia, tá vendo? O conjunto dela. Porque eu acho que eu não tenho uma flor bom do set dela. Que eu uso uma flor... Que flor eu tô usando nela? É essa flor que tem bastante dano e taxa, mas eu precisaria uma que exatamente trocasse do set dela. Porque eu não tenho coisa boa pra ela, pra Shiori, né? Melhor coisa seria aquele de taxa, né? Aquele de def aqui, né? Provavelmente. Ou um de dano crítico, né? Mas... vou usar esse aqui de def por enquanto, né? Mas eu acho que eu vou buscar uma... ele do set dele. Porque aqui, ó. Eu quero usar o meu Flames, mas preciso de uma pena. Eu posso usar aqui o do set dele, que eu acho que tem esse daqui de vida com Danitaço, mas eu precisaria de um cálice exatamente bom dele. Por quê? Aqui eu vou deixar esse daqui. Esse daqui de ataque, eu posso deixar para outro que use esse mesmo set também, que seria muito bom. Se eu colocasse esse daqui de ataque em outro, caso precisasse. Que esse daqui tá muito bom. É exatamente o que eu preciso botar no meu... como fala? No meu Fleece. É esse aqui. Mas eu preciso de um cálice, pelo menos de ataque com dano e taxa. Ou com dano alto, assim. Pra botar. Porque eu tenho aquele feito lá de... esse aqui que eu fiz. Mas esse daqui eu precisaria remodelar e torcer pra ficar melhor do que esse. Se ficasse melhor do que esse, eu ia gostar. E eu precisaria da Inef e uma Aino também. As Cross eu precisaria farmar e upar o artefato dela ali. Mas acho que a Sucross é só prof. Vai fazer o que, né?
Show no mercy! Keep lolling, keep papa, get him! Get to work!
Rev the engines! Light up the blazing sun!
Let's light it up! Everybody stand back! Show no mercy! Get to work! Suffer the wrath of the Eat Fleet!
Pyroclastic surge! Try and stop me!
Bring it! Show no mercy!
Light of the blazing sun! Full throttle!
Get to work!
Full throttle! Wrath from the sky! Try and stop me!
Porque eu precisaria arranjar bons pra ele, né? Pelo menos aquele.